Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome back, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. I'd like to thank Stonewall Gang Studios tonight for our USFl Tampa Bay Bandit shirts. We're supporting the United States Football League, and thanks to the studio for providing us these shirts tonight for the show. And tonight we're going to start with our Buccaneers, of course, and their pursuit of a quarterback. We know they're all looking for Russell Wilson from Seattle as our number one prime candidate for the Buccaneer job. We've also heard about Andrew Luck and other quarterbacks, but we haven't heard much. That means they're hard at work. We also know that they're going to have a quarterback in place within the next week or 10 days. Because before the free agent period, March 16th, starts for the NFL, they're going to have to show that team they've got a leader that can take them to the promised land, which means the playoffs and the Super Bowl. They don't have that now. And they're not going to wait around after March 16th with players for them to get one. So they're in negotiations, I think, with Russell Wilson in Seattle myself. But, you know, that's pure speculations on the Cowboys' part. We have no information one way or the other of who they're going after. But we're waiting for door number 2 to be opened as they did with Tom Brady. There is 23 other free agents on the team that will be up to be able to lead the Bucs on the 16th of March. And negotiations are being taken place with many of those before that March 16th date. So in the next weeks, we'll see a lot of those players re-sign prior to the March 16th date and extensions of their contract. And the franchise tag, which will be placed on one player that cannot leave the team but have to pay the top price of that position. So we'll continue to keep you posted on the Bucs. Todd Bowles is back as defensive coordinator, as you know, and of course Bruce Arians is back, and Byron Leftwich is the offensive coordinator this year. And so we've got the same coordinators and head coach, but we're waiting to see where the players all shake out. So we're going to continue to monitor the Bucs and keep you posted on the next show of anything we hear of major consequence. Again, Russell Wilson, the number one target most fans would like to see, and there's a whole lot of others. So we'll keep you posted on that. Tonight we're going to, as we started with the show, talk about the United States Football League, and it's being restarted in April. And of course we're Tampa Bay Bandit supporters, EJX and myself in the show, and there will be 8 teams: the Houston Gamblers, the New Orleans Breakers, the Tampa Bay Bandits, and the Birmingham Stallion will be in the Southern Division of the United States Football League, and in the Northern Division there will be the Michigan Panthers, the Pittsburgh Maulers, the Philadelphia Stars, and the New York Generals. So there are the 8 teams. The draft is the day after tomorrow, and they will draft by position instead of having a total draft and you just pick anybody you want. They go in the USFL by position: quarterback, running back. You have to select one of those positions with your pick. One of them, many a quarterback, but you got to pick just a quarterback. So we're going to keep you posted on the United States Football League and their upcoming season. We will have a lot of news on the draft next week. We'll be able to tell you who your Tampa Bay quarterback, running back, wide receivers, all the players. And they'll select 38 players and have 7 on reserve staff. So we'll have a full team by next week with the Tampa Bay Bandits. So we're going to now go to the Great American Race, Daytona 500, that was raced Sunday at the Daytona International Speedway. And Austin Cindric, Team Penske, won the race. His first Cup race, his first race for Roger Penske. He replaced Brad Keselowski, as you know, and he took home the Star Trophy with the Daytona 500 victory. A rookie wins the Daytona 500. It was an accident-ridden Daytona 500, like most of the restrictor plate races are. And Austin Cindric stayed at the lead. Late in the race, Ricky Stenhouse out in the lead, but Austin Cindric got the Penske car up front and won the race in his first inaugural Daytona 500. So congratulations to Austin Cindric, the winner of the Daytona 500 and Team Penske. I want to mention here in Sebring, our hometown track is having a historic race this week. Some of the 1970 and 80 classic cars will be involved in racing professionally out at the Sebring International Raceway this week. Tomorrow, the gates will open, and that will open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday for all the fans to go out and watch these cars race. Of course, the track will be busy over the next month preparing for the 70th running of the great American endurance race, where endurance racing was born in North America, the 12 Hours of Sebring, presented by Mobile One and fresh from Florida. And now I'm going to go to our questions and answers. And the first question is from Phil, and Phil is from Bartow. And Phil wanted to know what I thought about the Houston Texan Deshaun Watson quarterback trade and the free agent period coming up in the next few weeks. Deshaun Watson, of course, behind Aaron Rodgers, number 1. Russell Wilson, number 2, is the most talked about third quarterback of the top 3 of all the free agent quarterbacks that will be released. But there's a problem with Phil, with Deshaun. As you know, he's got 22 sexual assault charges against him, civil cases. He did not play last year. He sat on the bench. They paid him his complete salary, but he didn't ever put a uniform on. He wants out of Houston. Houston wants him out. And it all depends on how much you want to give the Houston Texans for it. I don't think his legal troubles are going to be over with 22 counts by the middle of March. Okay? But Deshaun Watson has a lot of things facing him. They are civil. And I'm sure between you, we're going to keep it real with Sports Talk with Cowboy. If the right amount of, you know what I mean, and a brown envelope gets slitted to some of these people, and I'm not defaming any of the 22 sexual complaints, civil. I didn't wink my eye, okay. But anyhow, thank you, Phil. God bless you for your question, and thank you for your support watching the show. And now, I got a question from Ann, and Ann lives in Port St. Lucie, a good distance from where we are here in Sebring, Florida, at the Skull Gang Studio. But she wanted to know about the Major League Baseball and the work stoppage and the postponement of the spring training baseball, and how long did I think that would last. And I believe, Ann, that will last a few more weeks. There's a lot of hard bargaining between both the players' union of the baseball players and the owners. They're hard-headed when it comes to money. The players want a minimum salary raise to the rookies. They want a minimum salary raise for the owners to pay, and the owners don't want to pay it. Okay, so they're not playing. So there's no spring training this week. There should be a game starting next week. But I think in the next few weeks they'll sit down and negotiate it out. We can get a long-term contract and go on and play baseball. So God bless you, Ann, for your question, and thank you for your support of watching the show. DJ X, what do you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, USA Today Sports says former Michigan Wolverines quarterback Shea Patterson was the number 1 pick in the 2022 USFL draft by the Michigan Panthers. What you think about that?
I think that's a good pick by the Michigan Panthers, and it's a start being the first pick of the new league's first draft, and he'll always go down in history as that player. And I think he'll do good for the Michigan Panthers. We'll see what he got other players around him. Mm-hmm. But I think he'll be a good pick for him, real good pick. And it shows the quality of some of these players USFL are having.
Yeah. Okay, and we got Tampa Bay Times. Charles Woodson thinks Tom Brady is done playing. What you think?
I thought he was done when he retired. I really did. I really, deep down in my heart, thought he was done. But he was number 1 in all the categories. And, I'm going to keep it real with the Sports Talk Cowboy fans and DJX in this studio, and we're going to keep it real with you. Something must have happened over there in Tampa, okay? I don't know what it was, and I'm not breaking anybody's news. Something happened in Tampa. Now, we know that, these last weeks when Antonio Brown, and we know Chris Godwin's out, and Tom Brady had to carry this team with players that weren't, quote-unquote, the best of the best because they were all hurt. And then the Antonio Brown, leaving the field, didn't get it done, got, the whole thing with Antonio Brown. Something there went sour. I mean, he announced retirement just a few days. He didn't have a year-long retirement, I'm going to retire. Just all of a sudden, within a few days before that division championship game, I might retire. And something just was odd about it. The Bucs still hold the rights to Tom Brady. Tom Brady cannot play anywhere without the Bucs' permission for another year after this one. We have the rights to his contract. Now, would we hold him up if he came out of retirement? Myself, I believe DJX, and I'm beginning to believe this, and I don't really want to believe it, but I'm believing it more and more by the day that Tom Brady will come out of retirement.
Interesting.
He's going to wait until the Bucks get a free agent quarterback on their roster signed in the next few weeks. He's going to wait till training camp in June and July start. Then he's going to come out of retirement. Now the Bucks already got a quarterback, and he didn't really walk away from the team, so to speak.
Okay.
He came out of retirement
Gotcha.
to go play for his hometown team. We talked about Joe Barrow's hometown team being the Bengals. Well, guess who the hometown team of Tom Brady was? The San Francisco 49ers.
49ers.
And Joe Montana was his man. And he's always wanted to play. And when the Bucks got him, when he left New England, what was the other team that Tom Brady was talking to about going? San Francisco 49ers. Had severe negotiation before he came to the Bucks. So where is he going to go play? He's going to go play with the 49ers because they're championship ready. He's going to play 1 or 2 years. Got that Trey Lance kid. They're going to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. He's gone. Okay?
Oh, so he coming back, but just not to the Bucks.
That's right.
Gotcha.
He's going to the San Francisco 49ers if he goes anywhere. That's his hometown team. 70 miles from his mom and dad's house right now. Okay? That's the team he was raised with. Okay? And when he went from New England, out of New England, there's only 2 teams he was looking at. The 49ers and the Tampa Bay Bucks. He wanted the 49ers, but the truth be told, he wanted to go home. But the Bucks made him a little bit better offer, and the 49ers had a guy named Jimmy Garoppolo as their starting quarterback.
Wow.
They just came out of the Super Bowl, but they lost. And he got him to the championship game, Jimmy did this year. And this is an odd twist. Who was the quarterback behind Tom Brady in New England? Jimmy Garoppolo. But Jimmy's going to get traded by the 49ers. As soon as this trade another week, he's gone. They got the young kid, Trey Lance. He's going to be the future. But is he ready? He's not ready if Tom Brady says he'll come play for a year. The Bucks, he knows that team's ready. He's taking the keys to a Cadillac. He's not in no beat-down car. He's not in a beat-down Ford leaking oil. Okay? He's in a good one with the 49ers. I think that could happen. If it happens, don't say it wasn't said that it did happen. I mean, I can't hardly believe it. What will the Bucks get out of it? The Bucks will have to give him permission to go play, and then they'll get a 3rd round or 2nd round draft pick. So he doesn't have to say, Tampa, I turned my back on you and went to another team. He can say, well, I would have come back to you, but you got another quarterback. I think that's how it'll go down.
All right, and we got Chicago Tribune. Bears interview Doug Peterson for their coaching vacancy.
Bears?
Bears.
Well, he's got the job now with the Jags, so he's out of there, and he'll do a good job there in Jacksonville. And I think he's got a good quarterback, the young quarterback. But he took the dang Eagles to their first Super Bowl championship 3 years ago, and he's a winner. He's got a ring, and out of all the pool of all the coaches that got hired in this coaching cycle, there was 9 teams needing coaches. He's the number 1 coach that got hired. Jacksonville Jaguars, you Jaguar fans up in Duval County, get ready, because you fix to have a winner in Jacksonville in about a year or 2. You might not be Super Bowl, you might not be playoff, you're going to be decent. You're going to be fundamental this year. You're going to be block, tackle, run, catch, pass. That's what you're going to be. Doug Peterson's going to lead you. You got to have a leader, and Doug Peterson's a leader. He got a Super Bowl ring. He got 2. Doug Peterson was a backup quarterback to no one less than Brett Favre in Green Bay. Backup, never come off the bench, but he got a ring. Then became a coach with Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Got his first gig with the Eagles and took the Philadelphia Eagles 2017 to their first Super Bowl victory of the franchise history. And who did they beat in the Super Bowl? The New England Patriots. And who? Tom Brady. Yes, Doug Peterson and the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. So yeah, Doug Peterson, quality. Good guy.
Well, all right, that's what I got for you tonight, Cal.
All righty, well, listen, DJX, God bless you. God bless you for them questions. They were good tonight. We've got a lot of things on our plate with the racing season starting. USFL, Tampa Bay Bandits, draft, 24 hours or less. And thank you for your support. God bless you, and Cowboy out.